Greetings. Welcome to CEC Gurukul lectures. In the series of financial statement of non-corporate entities, we are talking about adjustment entry. Adjustment entry, I talked about this adjustment entry in the previous lecture as well. An adjustment entry is an entry that is done at the end of an accounting period to record any unrecognized income or expenses for the period. Means all those items which are not recorded in the trial balance and which are given outside of the trial balance, there is a need to record all those items which are not recorded, and there is a need to record all those items into the books of account by passing an adjustment entry. So we discussed about this adjustment entry in our previous lecture. In our previous lecture, we also talked about some of the adjustment entry. We talked about the closing stock, outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, accrued income, or which is also known as income due but not received, unearned income or income received in advance, depreciation. We also talked about the interest on capital, interest on drawings, and interest on loan. In today's lecture, we are going to talk about some more adjustment entries, and we are going to talk about the entries which are related with the debtors, that is bad debts, provision for bad and doubtful debts, provision for discount on debtors, provision for discount on creditors, entries which are related with the abnormal loss, entries which are related with the goods, that is goods withdrawn by owner for his personal use, goods distributed as a free sample, goods given as a charity, goods sent on approval basis, and how to write off the deferred revenue expenditure, adjustment entry regarding commission payable to a manager, errors and omission, how to treat errors and omission in the final accounts, and we are also going to talk about other adjustment entries. Before I proceed further, let me first explain you debtors. Debtors are those person to whom we have sell this goods on a credit basis. So basically these debtors are classified into three categories, that is those debtors or from whom the money is fully realizable. The second one is the debt which is partly realizable and partly unrealizable, and the third one is bad debts, and bad debts are those debtors when there is no chance of recovery. So how to treat all these in the final accounts, we are going to talk about this. The first is bad debts. Bad debts refers to the amount due from the customer which could not be recovered. It is a loss for the business. When the debt become bad, it is known as basically bad debts. Since it is a loss for the business, the adjustment entry for this would be bad debts account debited. Why bad debts is debited here? Because it's a loss, and all type of losses comes under the nominal account, and the rule of the nominal account states that debit all expenses and losses. So because of that rule, bad debts is debited here. To debtors, debtor is generally it has a debit balance, but because of the bad debts, the value of the debtors is reduced. So in this case, debtors are credited. The treatment of bad debts in the final accounts, any adjustment which is given outside of the trial balance, it will have a dual effect. That means it will be shown at two places, one in income statement, that is in trading and P&L account, and one in the balance sheet. So bad debts, since it is in a loss for the business, it will be shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account. Why on the debit side of the profit and loss account? Because profit and loss account is nominal account in nature, and since it is nominal account in nature, all expenses and losses are to be shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account. And the other effect of this bad debts, that it would be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet by the way of deduction from sundry debtors, because ultimately because of this bad debts, the debtors are reducing. For example, the total debtors given in the question is rupees 1 lakh, and out of 1 lakh 10,000 became bad debt, the debt which could not be recovered, so that became bad debt. So out of 1 lakh 10,000 became bad debt. So the remaining debtors, that is good debtors, 90,000 will be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. What if these bad debts are appearing in the trial balance? I told you earlier as well in my previous lecture, the items which are given in the trial balance are to be shown at only one place, either in the trading account or in the profit and loss account or in the balance sheet, because they all are adjusted items. The items which are given outside of the trial balance has to be taken care of, and that has to be placed at least at two places. Like in this case, that in the case of bad debts is shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account and on the asset side of the balance sheet. The next item, let's understand this bad debts case with the help of example. These are the extracts of trial balance, and it shows that sundry debtors is rupees 1,20,000. Outside of the trial balance, as an additional information, it is given write off for the bad debts as rupees 2,000. So the adjustment entry for this would be bad debts account debited to sundry debtors with rupees 2,000, and this will be shown in the on the debit side of the profit and loss account with rupees 2,000, because it is a loss for the firm, and on the asset side of the balance sheet under the head current assets. So 2,000 will be deducted from the debtors. Total debtors which were given in the trial balance were 1,20,000, and bad debts is given outside of the trial balance, that is rupees 2,000. So any item which is given outside of the trial balance will have at least two effects, will affect at least two accounts. The next adjustment entry which is related with the debtors is provision for doubtful debts. Doubtful debts who may pay in future or not. So there is a need for provision for doubtful debts. So the provision for doubtful debts refers to the amount which is set aside as a charge against profit to meet any loss due to bad debts in future. At the end of accounting period, there may be certain debts which are doubtful, which are known as a doubtful debt. That is, the amount to be received from debtors may or may not received. So how to create the provision on these debtors? To create the provision on the for the doubtful debts, the total debtors which are appearing in the trial balance less further bad debts which are given outside of the trial balance. So on the remaining debtors, a certain percentage is created on the basis of the past experiences. The adjustment entry to record this provision for doubtful debts is profit and loss account debit, because since it is a charge against the profit. So the entry would be profit and loss account debit to provision for doubtful debt account. And how to depict this thing, this provision for doubtful debts? It will be shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account, and the second effect would be on the asset side of the balance sheet. It will be deducted from the list of debtors. If provision for bad and doubtful debts already appearing in the trial balance, then it is treated as old provision. If provision for doubtful debts is given outside of the trial balance, it is treated as new provision. So the question arises how to treat both this old provision and new provision. The new provision is calculated by applying this formula: debtors which are given in the trial balance less bad debts which are given outside of the trial balance. You need to deduct only those bad debts which are given outside of the trial balance. If bad debts are already given in the trial balance and debtors is also given in the trial balance, in that case those bad debts will not be deducted from these debtors. Reason being, because these debtors are already adjusted and this bad debts is already adjusted in the given debtors. Only if bad debts are given outside of the trial balance, in that case these bad debts will be deducted from the debtors. And on this amount which is arrived after the deducting bad debts from the debtors, the certain percentage is calculated, the amount is calculated, and that amount is known as a new provision. Let's understand this entire process with the help of example. Following are the extracts of the trial balance, and these are given on 31st March 2018. The debtors are given 2,05,000, bad debts 3,000, provision for doubtful debts 10,000. In additional information, the first adjustment is given, further bad debts rupees 5,000. That means after the preparation of the trial balance, there were more for bad debts, and this is given here rupees 5,000. The second adjustment is given, maintain the provision for doubtful debts at the rate of 10% on debtor. So the debtor's provision for doubtful debts which is given inside the trial balance is old provision, and the provision for doubtful debts which is given outside of the trial balance is called new provision. How to treat it, how to show it on the debit side of the profit and loss account. Before going further, let me explain you the items which are appearing in the trial balance are to be shown at only one place. Like the debtors which is appearing here in the trial balance, debtors, since it is an asset, so any asset will be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. The second item which is appearing in the trial balance is bad debts. Bad debts is a loss, and it has to be shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account. Any item which is appearing in the trial balance will be shown only at one place, either in the trading account or in the profit and loss account or in the balance sheet. But the items which are given outside of the trial balance has to be adjusted by passing the adjustment entry. So in that case, it will affect at least two places. Means if bad debts are given here outside of the trial balance, it will affect profit and loss account, and it will also be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet. So how it is shown? As you can see, on the debit side of the profit and loss account, the bad debts which are given inside the trial balance are shown. Then the further bad debts which are given outside of the trial balance, that means the total loss you have to show on the debit side, whether the bad debts which are appearing in the trial balance and the bad debts which are appearing outside of the trial balance, the total loss comes to 8,000. Add new provision. This is the format which you need to follow in case of the provision for doubtful debts. Add new provision. How to calculate new provision for doubtful debts? Provision for doubtful debts is always created on the amount which is left after deducting further bad debts which are given outside of the trial balance. So in this case, new provision for doubtful debts, which is rupees 20,000 here, how it is calculated? It is calculated, the debtors which are given in the trial balance were 2,05,000, out of which there were more bad debts, the debt which became bad. So will not be able to recover this amount. So the remaining debtors are 2 lakh. So this provision for doubtful debts will be created on the remaining debtors, that is on 2 lakh. So the percentage which is given here for the provision for doubtful debt is 10%, and on the remaining debtors, that is 2 lakh, is 10% on rupees 2 lakh comes to 20,000, and this is a new provision. This will be added. The provision which is already given in the trial balance will be deducted, that is 10,000. And the net amount which is rupees 18,000 will be shown in the outer column. That means only 18,000 is a total loss which will be shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account. How to show this in the balance sheet? In the balance sheet, the debtors which are appearing in the trial balance were 2,05,000, out of which there were further bad debts which were given outside of the trial balance were 5,000. So this was a loss. The remaining debtors were 2 lakh. Out of 2,05,000, 5,000 became bad debt. So the remaining debtors were 2 lakh. out of which we have created a new provision for doubtful debts. That means out of the remaining debtors, that is 2 lakh, there is still a probability that 10% of this amount will not pay the amount in future. So according to the convention of conservatism, provision for doubtful debt is maintained. So the remaining debtors were 2 lakh and you need to deduct this new provision. Only new provision need to be deducted here, that is rupees 20,000. So the remaining debtors are 1,80,000 and these are those debtors from whom definitely we are going to receive money, that is 1,80,000. The next item is, next adjustment is provision on discount on debtors. Provision for discount on debtors refers to the provision created to provide for discount likely to be allowed on good debtors. Good debtors are those debtors which are left after deducting bad debts and after deducting the new provision for doubtful debts. So basically discount is given only to those debtors who are good debtors. For what purpose? For prompt payment. So how to calculate this account? The debtors which are given in the trial balance less further bad debts which are given outside of the trial balance less new provision for doubtful debts which is also given outside of the trial balance. The amount arrived here, on this amount the provision on discount for debtors will be created. The adjustment entry to record this will be profit and loss account debit to provision for discount on debtors account. How to show it in the final account? Since this adjustment has a dual effect, so it will be shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account. Why on the debit side? Discount is a loss again. So this will be shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account, and the other effect would be on the asset side of the balance sheet. That means it would be deducted from the list of debtors. Let's understand this provision for discount on debtors with the help of example. These are the extracts of the trial balance, and in this the debtors are given same 2,05,000, provision for doubtful debts 10,000 and bad debts is given 3,000. Outside of the trial balance, as an additional information, further bad debts are given rupees 5,000. The other additional information is given, you need to create provision for doubtful debts at the rate of 10% on debtors. Maintain your provision for discount at the rate of 2% on debtors. So these are the additional information given. So the items which are given inside the trial balance has to be posted at one place, either in the trading account or in the profit and loss account or in the balance sheet. But items which are given outside of the trial balance has to be shown at two places, like further bad debts are given here and it has to be shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account and on the asset side of the balance sheet. So let's do this. How to record? The bad debts which are appearing in the trial balance are shown on the debit side. Add further bad debts. This is the fixed format which you need to adapt every time whenever you are dealing with the bad debts, further bad debts, provision, new provision and old provision. The format remains same. So the bad debts which are given inside the trial balance are 3,000, further bad debts 5,000, provision for doubtful debts. This is the new provision which we have created. How to calculate the new provision? New provision is always calculated on the remaining debtors. That means the debtors which are appearing in the trial balance are 2,05,000 less further bad debts only. Why further bad debts only? Because the further bad debts are not adjusted in the given debtors. So that's why these further bad debts are adjusted. That means out of 2,05,000, 5,000 as a further bad debts is deducted. The remaining debtors are 2 lakh. Provision for doubtful debts, new provision is given outside of the trial balance, and that is at the rate of 10% on debtors. So 10% on debtors means on 2 lakh 10%. So that comes to 20,000. So the total amount is 28,000 less old provision for doubtful debts. This old provision is given inside the trial balance, that is 10,000. So the net amount comes to 18,000. How to calculate provision on discount on debtors? Provision for discount on debtors is created on the remaining debtors. Remaining debtors means total debtors which were appearing in the trial balance were 2,05,000, less further bad debts 5,000, less new provision that comes to 20,000. So out of 2,05,000, 5,000 as a further bad debts and 20,000 as a new provision is deducted, the amount left is 1,80,000. So on remaining debtors, discount is given. Provision for discount on debtors is created at the rate of which is given outside of the trial balance, and the rate of for discount on debtors is given 2%. So on 1,80,000, 2% provision you need to create, that comes to 3,600. So how it will be shown on the asset side of the balance sheet? So other effect would be on the asset side of the balance sheet. Under the head of current assets, debtors are listed 2,05,000 which are given in the trial balance, less further bad debts which are given outside of the trial balance. Only further bad debts are to be deducted from the list of debtors, less new provision which is 20,000, less provision for discount on debtors, that is 3,600. The debtors which would be realized in future would be 1,76,400. These are the net amount of debtors which will be shown in the outer column of this balance sheet. So in our upcoming lecture, we are going to talk about some more adjustment entry. Stay tuned. Thank you so much.